All right, welcome back, folks. I'm Jake Ellenbogen. Today, we're going to be talking about Cobie Durant. I'll explain why in a minute. Before we dive into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Also, be sure to follow me on all social media at JKBogan. Let's dive into it. So, the reason behind talking about Cobie Durant today is because, quite honestly, in the past, I've made videos where before shooting, I was like, is this really going to matter? This feels like a dumb idea. This feels like a dumb video. And then I go back and I'm like, oh, okay, so people like this. And it ends up being, notice, you wouldn't know this, but the videos that I like the least, like I feel the least good about, maybe the idea, whatever, those end up doing the best. So I don't know if this one's going to do well, but I actually feel like this needs to be said. I need to get my point across. I need to get it out there. I think Cobie Durant may not be overrated. He may not be underrated. He is not even rated. He's not talked about. He is invisible at this point in time, the 26-year-old cornerback. He is absolutely invisible. Nobody talks about him. It's Trey White, who hasn't even been starting, by the way, in OTAs. It's been Cobie Durant next to Darius Williams. So that's the important thing to realize. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, this is somebody whose rookie season has been completely forgotten about. I understand he wasn't healthy the whole year, okay? There were a lot of those games he missed, but when he was healthy, he was very good. He made big-time plays. He forced some interceptions. He just had a nose for the football, and he led the NFL his rookie season in interception return yardage because of it. Now, as we continue to talk about Cobie Durant, there's one thing I also want to bring up here. The Rams told us without telling us kind of what the deal is here. And what I mean by that is that the Rams did not, despite having a decent cornerback class to choose from, they didn't draft a cornerback at all in this draft. Now, understand something here. At the moment, you could immediately say, well, hey, Jake, they didn't draft anybody because they just signed Tre'Davious White and Darius Williams, and they feel really good about who's starting. That's why. That's not why, okay? Darius Williams' contract is a 3-year deal, only guaranteed for 1 year. And Tre'Davious White's contract is a heavily incentivized contract that requires him to really play a lot of games, stay healthy, and play at a high level. So, not quite. Another thing I would say to that, and this is important here, and you got to keep this in mind, guys. The reality is the NFL draft isn't for literally tomorrow. It's for tomorrow as in the future. You're drafting guys and making investments in them for 4 years, at least. Sometimes 5 if a first rounder you decide to pick up their 5th-year option. So that's the thing. They didn't make a 4-year investment in a new cornerback. They like Darion Kendrick in the 6th round. They like Cobie Durant in the 4th round. I'm sure they like not Tre'Davious White, but Trey Tomlinson in the 6th round last year. They like what they have. And to say that, to take they like what they have, and then hear that, oh yeah, Cobie Durant, he's running with Darius Williams as the starter right now while Tre'Davious White is trying to get back to, where he wants to be. And I read that from Jordan Rodriguez, not word for word, obviously, but that, idea. And I'm just thinking to myself, we really just don't talk about Cobie Durant. He was explosive his first year. And then his second year, he got moved to the star position, got moved outside, got moved back to the star role. And really, he was just kind of not really talked about. Cobie Durant can be an absolute game changer. He could be a returner. He has got some outstanding vision. When he's got the ball in his hand, he's got outstanding vision. He's got speed, acceleration, all of that, agility. And in addition to that, this is somebody who's high energy, high quality, high character guy. I really think he needs to be talked about more. And I don't know why he's not being talked about, especially now. So I don't know if it's already out there, but I figured I'd put it out there in case it's not. Cobie Durant is right now starting in OTAs across from Darius Williams. That matters. That is a big deal. And we will see what ends up happening with the Rams. But I am very much looking forward to seeing how this develops, because I'll tell you right now, Durant has the chops. I don't think he's a star guy. Okay. I don't think he should have been playing the star position. I get the rationale behind it. I like him on the boundary. He can play slot. I like him on the boundary. So what I could absolutely see, believe it or not, is him doing well enough in OTAs, training camp, and preseason that he actually takes over the starting job permanently. And Tre'Davious White is the third corner. Now, I don't know how they're going to operate. I don't know how many corners they're going to use. I don't know what the rotation will look like, if there is one. I don't know, because it's not necessarily going to be the defense that we've seen. It's not Raheem Morris's defense. It's not Wade Phillips. It's not Brandon Staley's. It's Chris Shula's. And Chris Shula was around all three of those guys. So you could see a combination of all three of those. He could add, his own stuff to it. I'm very, very curious to see how that ends up working out. But if you're sleeping on Cobie Durant right now, don't get out in front. I can tell you right now, this is somebody who has the athleticism. He has the playmaking ability, where if he gets a chance, he could really put together a really quality season. So I'm not saying this guy's the next superstar or anything like that, but a guy not being talked about at all that's definitely a quality football player. And I think last year's season, while it wasn't the best, it was somewhat underrated. And if you looked, a game-to-game basis, I thought there were games where he really balled out, where no one didn't even say a word about him. So, look, Cobie Durant, keep him on your mind. Keep an eye out for him. I am definitely a fan this year. And just hearing that he's working with Darius Williams as the starter right now, while Tre'Davious White is trying to get back to health, that makes me feel good, because this is a third-year player who is still under contract for this year and next year. This is a guy where if he ends up really showing out, they're not paying Tre'Davious White nearly enough where they could say, sorry, Cobie, we're giving this guy $20 million. We can't start you over him. No, it doesn't work that way, okay? Tre'Davious White's contract is heavily incentivized, and it's fairly reasonable on both sides. I don't think it's too much. I don't think it's too little, but I don't think it's enough where if a guy is clearly the best availability, and he's available, and a guy's clearly making progress, you're not going to bench him because they're like, well, Tre'Davious White's a big name. Doesn't matter. We've seen it before. We'll probably see it again. It's not to say White won't have a good year. It's not to say White won't come back. But if you're sleeping on number 14, I'd advise you don't. Those are my thoughts. Let me know your comment section below. Also, be sure to follow me on all social media at JK Bogan. Follow me on Kick for gaming streams, which I will be doing another one tomorrow night, I believe. So looking forward to that. But you can follow me on Kick. It's JK Bogan as well, kick.com/JK Bogan. Link is in the description for everything. If you ever need to know, where do I go for the Discord and all that, there you go. It's always in the description. But that's going to do it for me. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Later, folks. Do you love talking about the Rams, the NFL, or just want to be a part of a community? Join my free Discord server today. We're over 800 members. We got 24/7 live chat, a level 3 boosted server, the ability to call into JE Live, playing online games with us on Kick streams, toggleable alerts for when I go live on YouTube or Kick so you don't miss a live stream, and exclusive giveaways. Click the link in the description, the comments section, or the link that comes up in the video to learn more and join today.